Okay, so we're recording. So today is April 21st, 2016, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the vitals, the vital behaviors. So what are they? What are the vital behaviors? Well, we just got a fourth vital behavior, which is really exciting. For the last 2 years since I've been coaching, we had 3 vital behaviors, and the fourth one is one of my favorites. So I'm really excited that they recognize that, yeah, this is an important vital behavior to our business. The vital behaviors, honestly, they are, when you look at what makes a coach successful, it's the coaches that are practicing these things every day. And so we kind of recognize them as, the vital behaviors for a successful business. They are one, attract, connect, invite. You'll see this as invite. You'll see this as invite, invite, invite. Carl Deichler did a call the other day, and he wants to change this to attract, connect, invite. And we'll talk a little bit about each one of these in more depth. The second one is being proof the products work. The third one is personal development. And the fourth, the brand new one, is all about recognition, which is super cool. So why do you care about the vital behaviors? Why are we having this recording about vital behaviors for you guys to watch and learn from? I've been in this business for 2 years, and it's a complete roller coaster. There are ups and there are downs. There are really good days and there are really bad days. There are days where I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and there are days where I want to just quit and give up. And when I'm in a place where I need to regroup, I need to come back to the vital behaviors. When I feel like I'm in a slump, when I feel like my business isn't moving forward, it's all about going back to these vital behaviors and just practicing these every single day. And that's what gets me back on that upswing, you could say. When I don't know what to post, I go back to the vital behaviors. That's what I should share about. That's what I want to share about. That's what this team is about. That's what this culture is about, the vital behaviors. And then when I think about when I feel the most successful, it's when I am able to look back and reflect that, yeah, I've been practicing the vital behaviors every single day. So it all comes back to these VBs. Every single day, consistently, every day. You can't choose to do VBs, just the last week of the month and expect that you're going to reach your goal of SC5 or SC10. This is something that is consistently every single day. It's the culture of our team. So let's dig into them a little bit. So number one, attract, connect, invite. This is all about sharing your journey, engaging with others, building relationships with people, reaching out to people and private messaging people, asking how they are doing, saying happy birthday. Maybe they just posted on Facebook that they're engaged or pregnant or going on vacation or just came from vacation. Whatever it is engaging with them and asking about them. And hey, I just saw that you came back from Florida. How was your vacation? Whatever it may be, it's building those relationships with people and reaching out with them. And it's posting on social media. And so you can get, you can gain attraction by your posts on social media, and people will like or comment on them. And that gives you, kind of the in to message them, say thank you for, liking or commenting on your post. I always say, if that made you feel good, having that like or having that person comment, tell them that. Tell them thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. That's very genuine and kind, and people like to know that they made your day. So tell them that. Building relationships takes time, and that's why this isn't an overnight success. You're not going to be diamond overnight or grow a 6-figure income overnight. This is all about building relationships with people, and building relationships, true, trusting, engaging relationships, takes time. And it can't all be, hey, I'm doing this challenge group. You want to join me? They're going to be like, no, I don't even know who you are, right? So but when you've been talking to someone for, a couple weeks, a couple months, and they know what you're doing, and, they see what you're posting on social media, they kind of know that, okay, this person is a coach here. And so at some point in your conversation, you might get to the point where it makes sense to throw that invite out there, and they're more inclined to, yeah, I'll give that a try. They've been watching you. Another piece of advice when you're talking to people is talk to them like they are your best friend. That has helped me so much, because honestly, like before coaching, I never would have gone up to someone and just started talking to them, or messaged someone from high school and asked them how things were doing. This business has given me that courage and that confidence to reach out to someone and just say, hey, and reconnect with someone, because it's a really, I'm a people person. It's a people thing to do, talk with someone. So just whether you were friends in high school or had no idea who each other were in high school, or never met each other, maybe you just met through your like page or through a random post you had or something, talk to them like like they are your best friend, and that really helps with that conversation. Being proof the products work. This is the simple one. Working out, eating nutritious meals. And I always, I like to say I follow the 80-20 rule. Sometimes it's the 50-50 rule, and sometimes it's the 90-10 rule. It definitely goes back and forth. But in general, the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time I'm on point with my nutrition and the right portions and eating the healthy stuff. And then 20% of the time, I save it for my ice cream and my wine and my, Reese's, and, well, not Reese's, but Sour Patch Kids, or whatever it is, whatever your splurges are. And I'm not afraid to share those either, right? I'm not perfect when it comes to nutrition. If it was, man, I should have that 6-pack by now, and I do not. And so, but I share that this is my cheat meal. I'm splurging on burger and fries because this life is all about balance, and I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm drinking your Shakeology every day, and then you're going to see these two show up every time. Share your journey and post on social media. Share your workouts. Share what meals you're eating. Share your cheats. That you're splurging on this. Share your Shakeology. What new recipe are you trying, or what recipe have you had for 2 years that you're still loving? Share that and post it on social media. And you, just by sharing your life, you're attracting people who, man, look at that, that fantastic meal that she's always trying, and she makes it seem so simple. You're attracting that type of person to ask you questions and kind of come into your life. And then the third one is personal development. This one is actually, I would say, by far the most important. Personal development is all about mindset. It is getting your mind in the right place to set you up for success, because it's really, really, really easy to get dragged down and to have negative thoughts. And personal development helps bring us out of that. This one quote, Henry Ford, I've said it before, and I'm sure you guys have all heard it, but whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So if you think you can't do this, if you think that you can't hit Success Club this month, or you can't reach Emerald rank, or you can't reach Diamond rank, or whatever it is, you can't. You won't do it, because the thoughts that you're telling yourself, you're not going to put in the actions to make that happen. But if you tell yourself that, even if it's 2 days left in the month or 1 day left in the month, if you say, I'm going to reach my goal this month of hitting SC, or I'm going to reach my goal by the end of whatever month it is, and, enroll one more coach, whatever it is that you want to do, if you think you can do it and you believe that you can do it, you will do it, because you'll put in those actions knowing that you can do this. You will get there. I always say this one too, personal development is all about filling your cup. It's exhausting to always be the positive one and always be motivational, and we're putting out all this energy to motivate our teams and our challenge groups, and those around us. And while that's well and good and awesome, and we need to do that and want to do that, in order to be able to do that, you have to, fuel yourself and fill your cup with those positive thoughts and those messages from whether it's books or audio or whatever you like to do for personal development. It's fuel for your mind. And this goes hand in hand with the last one. This is kind of what Carl said in his call the other day. It's hard to be positive when you're surrounded by cynics. It really is, right? It's really easy to get dragged down by the people around you. But if you're fueling your mind with positive thoughts and stories of successful people and how did they do it, stories of successful coaches. The National Wake Up Call is one of my favorite things to do for personal development, because you're hearing about other top coaches who have been successful and what have they done, and they're sharing this with you. National Wake Up Calls, plug into those. There's such great information, and it shows you the potential and the possibilities that this business has. And you always hear, and they share their struggles too. I struggled with this, and this is what I did to overcome that. So personal development, there are amazing books. There's books on our team page for recommendations. If you just finished a book and you loved it, share that with the team, share that on social media. And if you're looking for recommendations, ask. And then the fourth one is recognition. And this can take so many different facets, right? Recognize your challengers, challenger of the week, or shout out to someone who's checked in every single day for a week or whatever it is, or someone who shared a recipe, shout them out saying thank you for that. Recognize your coaches, even if you have one coach or, 100 coaches, whatever. Recognize your coaches. Recognize your teammates. If one of your teammates, had a great post on social media, or shared something with the team or whatever it is, recognize them. Say, hey, thank you. You're always giving such positive energy to the team. Thanks for that. Recognize friends. This is a little kind of outside of our comfort zone, because we're so kind of, afraid to intermingle these parts of our lives sometimes. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to blast them on social media, but maybe they did something nice, and you just send them a text and say, hey, I saw that such and such happen. Hey, thanks for that. Or, that really put a smile on my face, or whatever it may be. Because just the act of recognizing someone else, even if it has nothing to do with Beachbody, is fuel for yourself. And that's putting a smile on someone else's face, puts a smile on your own face too, I promise. Recognize potential challengers and potential coaches, and especially for the potential coaches, like in your challenge group, if somebody, gave advice to somebody else, or someone answered someone's question, just send them a message and say, hey, thanks for, following up with so-and-so's comment. You were playing coach for a second, like, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. Or potential challengers on your, like, if you notice someone posted something, any healthy lifestyle, whether it's one of those new, you see them all those times, those like tasty video type things, shoot them a message and say, hey, that's awesome. That would be awesome in my next challenge group. Do you mind if I use that for my next challenge group? And you're saying thank you, and you're mentioning that you have this challenge group going on. And I think that was all I had for that. So really, in summary, just the vital behaviors are vital for a reason, okay? As cheesy as that sounds. But also, it's just, we're surrounded by all this training and all this like massive content, which is awesome because everyone is so willing to share everything. But when you boil it down, if you stick to these vital behaviors every single day, every day, that is how your business grows and is successful. So don't lose sight of that. And then Jen listened to the Carl Deichler call the other day too, and she had some great takeaways to share. So I'm going to turn it over to Jen, And you got it?
Yep, unmuted.
Thank you.
So yeah, I listened to, it was the Success Starters call from this month. And for anyone watching, if you're not sure what that means, when you're a new coach and you reach Success Club in your first full month or the month you signed up, you get to have a special one-on-one call with Carl. And it's really cool because if you've ever heard Carl talk, he is like so motivating. I don't know like where he gets it from, but anytime you hear him talk, you get off and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. But this call was so good that they actually published it for everybody. So you can find it on the Beachbody podcast, which I have on my phone, or you can get it on iTunes, or it's somewhere in the replay of the back office. So go listen to it. It's like 25 minutes. He goes over all these things, but if you only have 5 minutes, listen to the last 5 minutes of the call. He talks about, and he hits on a fear that I hear all the time, and I think so many of us have. People don't want to join a business like this because they think they're going to have to push product in all their family and friends. They don't know about these vital behaviors, and they don't know everything that we do every single day. They just think they're going to have to go around and ask their family and friends to help support them. And that's really, the backwards way to look at things. We invite and we connect and we meet people so we can learn about them. And then as soon as you learn about them and you identify that they have a fitness need or a nutrition need or something with their financial freedom that the business opportunity can help with, as soon as you identify that, you're able to invite them and talk to them about these great things that you've been doing on your own because you've been doing your own vital behaviors. And then it's like a match made in heaven and they're in your challenge group. And then here we are. When he explains it that way, I mean, that's totally it. If you are talking to people you're reaching out, you're connecting with the intent to learn about them and potentially help them, not build your own dollar, you never have to apologize and you never have to feel bad because most times especially because everyone's creeping on you on Facebook, this is a true story, they'll probably bring it up before you do. And then you don't have to feel like you're a burden or you're asking your friends and family to come support you on another, party adventure. So he goes over all of that in the last 5 minutes, and it's just so good. And I think it helps a lot of us with that one fear that we have, and it shows how these 4 vital behaviors that we're doing all the time really set us apart from all those other businesses. And it was just really good. So if you have 5 minutes, listen to those 5 minutes. Listen to it on my way home today, so I really enjoyed it.
Yes. So good. And like she said, Carl Daikeler is one of the most motivating people. And when you listen to him, when you hear him, you realize that, we're in such an amazing community of people who are wanting the best for people and to make this world a better place. And that's a really cool thing to be a part of. Helping people with their health and their nutrition and their financial freedom is really an awesome thing, and we should never have to apologize for that. Like Jen said, that's awesome. So that's all we have. And if you have any questions about the vital behaviors, post in the comments and we'll get back to you. And thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. Talk to you later.